we have now accessed and changed data within a VueJs store. Along the way, we ended up creating a few problems for ourselves, especially the fact that we duplicated some code within the product list and Vue product components. We did this both when adding a product to the cart and when updating the cart total. For now, we're going to focus on the cart total and deal with the other code a bit later. Instead of updating a property within the store from our components, wouldn't it be nice if we could add this logic within the store itself? Luckily we can by implementing a so-called getter. We already have the data we need for calculating the cart total within the store, so we might as well make use of it there. Or perhaps we had a list of products within the store and we wanted to fetch a product with a given ID. Or maybe we want to restructure an object from one format to another. These are all candidates for getters. So a getter is simply a function which we can invoke. These getters are added to the store directly and can therefore access its state. So let's take a step back for a moment. What you see on your screen now is what we have been doing so far, accessing and manipulating the store state directly. The problem with this is that we end up having duplicated code. Perhaps we need to split a name into a first and last name. With our approach so far, that would require us to do this within every component that needs it, unless we implemented a utility or service class for doing this. But even so, we're not actually solving the problem. Instead, we can centralize the logic by implementing a getter. Like I said, a getter is simply a function that returns some data that we're interested in, typically based on a store state. Each component can then invoke this getter and use the return value for whatever purpose it needs to. The advantage here is that any logic can be centralized within a getter instead of duplicated within several components. In case a change is needed, that particular piece of code only needs to be updated in one place instead of potentially many. Getters are added directly to a store within a getters object, which you will see now when we implement our first getter.